The Cross River State Internal Revenue Service has trained key companies across the state on the provisions of the Nigerian Tax Reforms Act 2025 with special emphasis on the new pay-as-you-earn framework aimed at strengthening tax compliance and improving understanding of recent fiscal reforms. The one-day training held in Calabar was themed Understanding the New Pay-as-you-earn Framework, Implications and Opportunity. The report. The chairman of the Cross River Internal Revenue Service, Dr. Edwin Okun, urged participants to familiarize themselves with the major changes ahead of the January 2026 implementation date. He commended companies for their contributions to the state's economic growth and emphasized the importance of compliance with the new tax laws to ensure transparency and accountability in revenue administration.
With your support and cooperation, I'm very confident that by the grace of God, by the time we end 2026, the story behind our financial sustainability and transparency, even in terms of tax collections, will be a better news for the states.
The event featured technical presentation by tax experts, including Dr. Esen Korebi, Mr. Daniel Anko, and Mrs. Lillian Obon, who provided insight into the new pay-as-you-earn and withholding tax regime, compliance expectations, and innovations introduced by the Joint Revenue Board to enhance implementation. They emphasized the need for companies to align their payroll system with the new PAYE structure, ensure accurate filing returns, and collaborate closely with tax authorities to avoid penalties for non-compliance or under-remittance.
The law, which intends to make the tax system most simple, more transparent, and more efficient. So that's the area. It has reviewed a lot of things which has to do with registration of taxpayers, which has to do with making sure that the tax is progressive, that the rich pay higher than the not so rich, and a couple of new issues have been brought into the tax system, and the law intentionally seeks to encourage collaboration amongst the various tax jurisdictions and between the tax authorities and other major stakeholders in the tax system.
Compliance would be the watchword. So there's no hiding place for those who have not been paying their taxes in the past. Come 1st of January. So it is my advice that if you've been earning income, declare your income, pay the appropriate tax, so that government will have enough to take care of infrastructure.
The Nigerian Tax Reform Act gives certain responsibilities to relevant tax authorities to carry out certain functions bordering on policy. And if we have these policies come up from the different relevant tax authorities, we would not have a harmonized policy presentation. Hence, the JRB's duty is to harmonize administration, harmonize collection, and integrate database, national database.
In a communique issued at the end of the training, participants reaffirmed their commitment to working with the Cross River Internal Revenue Service to ensure the successful rollout of the new tax regime. They described the reforms as a major step towards creating a transparent, equitable, and technology-driven tax administration that supports sustainable economic growth in Cross River State.
It's very important to pay tax timely and to do your returns as at when due, because it is these taxpayers' monies that the government uses to improve the life of its citizens, to improve the poor road network that we have across the state. So if we pay our taxes on time, I think the government will have enough funds in order to make sure that these amenities are put in place for us. So I encourage taxpayers to pay their tax.
The Nigerian Tax Act 2025 consolidates multi-tax law